When they go by, here's our St. Albans engine number 2 fire department. We want to thank them for coming out here this evening and being the head of our parade. We also want to thank some sponsors here this evening. 14 Star Brewing, another great business locally in St. Albans here. 14 Star has become known as a top-notch brews, but also as a deep commitment and contribution to this community. Thanks to Andrew and Steve for the entire 14 Star crew. All right. All right, here's our first here this evening. We're going to start our parade here. Here we have Blaze Duffy, Ethan Archambault, and here's the main man of the St. Albans Co-op. We got Liam Berthiaume, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 13th Annual Tractor Parade. All right, looks like our next tractor here is the Grand Marshal of 3rd Annual Tractor Parade. Here's Ralph McNall. He farms with a family here in Fairfax. He is a well-known and highly respected farmer here in the dairy industry leader. Either this fall, he was inducted to the Ag Hall of Fame at the Champlain Valley Exposition, as well as awarded the FCIDCS Outstanding Community Service Award in 2016. His driver this evening is Hannah. The tractor has put in many hard-working hours here in the community. Is this 10-year-old. However, with some TLC, it still looks great here this evening. Thanks, Ralph. All right, our next floor here this evening is in the St. Albans Co-op store. This is our delivery truck, offering delivery services here in conjunction with our transportation division of the McDermott's. This is an on-the-farm and residential deliveries of goods from our various stores and various products here for the community. Please call our store delivery for the options of this delivery. For Sean Newell is the driver here for this McDermott's truck. Thanks, guys. All right, here's our number 2 entry here this evening. This is a 2016 Dairy Farmer of the Year, the Lamphere family from Hyde Park. Driver of this tractor is Skylar, and joining him is Whitney and their new baby, Raylan. The tractor is a John Deere 7260R. Thanks, guys, for coming down. Appreciate it. And don't forget, we have a lot of great sponsors here this evening for this event. UniFirst is a great partner with the cooperatives, keeping our staff, store, plant looking its best, thanks to the UniFirst. All right, we have McDermott's. We have the mayor of St. Albans here in the truck. McDermott's Dairy Transportation has proudly been serving the dairy community since 1929. McDermott's has terminals locations in Franklin County, Orleans County, and Addison County. McDermott's assembles and delivers of over 1 billion pounds of milk annually and travels over 6 million miles annually. Our International ProStar truck and Chimcar Transport tanker are decorated with over 20,000 lights. John Bortle is the driver. Thank you very much. Have a safe ride around the loop here, people. All right, here our next tractor is Brulette Firearms, is located here in Richford, next to the Pine Cone. Everybody's fancy place, the Pine Cone. The 8480s are used for packed bunks, spread manure, harrow, chisel plow, and throughout haying season for various tasks. That's a nice, great Massey Ferguson tractor that decorated here. Andreas Wilbio is the driver 1. Ferdinand Ruby is driving the other. Great job, guys. Nice job on the decorations. All right, here's our entry number 5. Adam is driving the Horgan entry from the Horgan Family Farms in Fairfield. Thank you for taking the time to decorate and submit your tractor to the parade. Thank you very much. All right, here's this entry here from Harvest Equipment, which locates in Williston, Newport, Montpelier, and Swanton. Harvest Equipment provides farmers with the public and all tractor and recreational vehicle needs. Great job, and don't lose Santa on the way. All right, looks like we have the Macy and Sons Dairy from Sheldon. May win for having to purchase the most lights. They have 4 entries here this year. Starting off with the fleet is Chad Macy with the Macy Train. Following him is another rigs from Kevin Spears, Nicole Larson, and Tyler Lawrence. Sorry. They have 4 entries here. Great job, guys. Thanks for all the efforts. All right, another sponsor here this evening of this great event is MC Logistics, located in Georgia, Vermont. This small company helps with global issues. Logistics services support many of this communities, and we thank them for their support of this event. All right, enjoy the flat tire ride. All right, another great sponsor here this evening is Blue Seal Feeds, another great Franklin County neighbor. Blue Seal of Richford has been providing us with quality grain for years. Thanks for Blue Seal for helping us with the 3rd annual tractor parade. All right, there's Jock Parent with his New Holland 8970. Jock's from Highgate with his tractor here all decorated in blue. Great job. All right, driving that tractor was Noah Horba of Fairfield, who's driving the New Holland. All right, looks like we have Santa here on the ride. We have the Hertsby's family having a dairy here in Richford here. Matt Hertsby's is driving the tractor, accompanied by him, Jeremy, and his daughter. Great job. Great decoration. Our number 10 entry here this evening is Pleasant Valley Farms, the St. Pierre family farm in Richford, Vermont. The entire tractor, 2 tractors this year have been decorated with great lights. And here Bradley St. Pierre is driving. All right, here's Santa leading the way here for this other St. Pierre family tractor. Ryland Perrier's the driver. Great job, Ryland. Again, with a great event, it takes great people and great hard work and a lot of great sponsors. So again, another sponsor here this evening, Top Bedding, helping keep cows comfortable and our members happy. You can find Top Bedding products in the co-op store. Thanks for providing us with a great product and being a great support for this event. All right, what's everybody thinking about this truck? This is a nice Western style. The C.I. Roberts & Sons Milk Hauling from Champlain, New York has entered their milk truck for the first time this year. They provided milk hauling for the co-op for years. Great job. Thank you. Another great sponsor here is Canada Day of Made in Texas. It's a solid commitment of quality. You can find Canada Day dog food here right in our co-op store. Thanks for the support, Canada Day dog food. Wow, I just keep on looking down the line here, and it's tractor after tractor. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's a great event here. It's the first time I've ever been here as well. This is the LD Oliver Seeds, located in Milton. This is a spreader used for custom field applications for spreading fertilizers across Franklin County and Chittenden County. Driving this is Brian Peon from the St. Albans. All right, our next one here is Roland Firearms here in Franklin. Our next entry is Bo Rainville and Chelsea Bordeaux are in the cab of the tractor, accompanying their family. People showing their holiday spirit. Great job. All right, our next tractor here is Jarvis Family Farm here. My neighbor is third generation dairy farm from Enosburg. Delwyn Lumber is the driver of the 7230R John Deere. This tractor is used primarily for corn planting and no-till drilling, as well as many other odd jobs around the farm. This second tractor here from this Jarvis Family Farm with a reindeer on the top, is driven by Nick Raftery. All right, our next tractor here is great aluminum foil. Looks like on the tires. Great job, guys. Great ingenuity. Travis Longway from the Longway Farms here in Swanton. Nice job. All right, looks like I got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and his posse here coming on up here. Scott Magnan, Custom Service Works here from St. Albans. This entry is driven by Forrest Cattell Mitchell, accompanied this tractor wagon with riders who are members of the BFA Nordic team. Great job, Rudolph. All right, maybe you ought to get inside, bud. All right, here again, another Scott Magnan Custom Service here in St. Albans. This is driven by Logan Kane. The wagon accompanying this tractor is the son Owen and the St. Albans youth hockey team. Nice job. Go St. Albans hockey, right? All right, again, we want to thank Green Mountain Power, helping power our facilities on Federal Street and our some great farmers around the community. Green Mountain Power plays a huge role in our success. Thanks for being partners of this year's tractor parade. Green Mountain Power. All right, here's Friends Family Dairy, the third generation dairy farm here in Swanton. Their entry of 2 tractors this year. Driving this year's is Ben Friends. Great job. Great decorations, guys. Thanks for coming out. All right, the second tractor is driven by Jack Frijon. Great job, guys. All right, here's a little Kubota tractor as well, loved and used at Charleswood Farm here in Georgia to haul hay and help with farm chores around the Angora goats. The tractor is being driven by Marcia Hangwood. Well, this is full of tongue twisters here tonight, sorry. And grandson Grayson, the special navigator. Charleswood Farm Soap Studio on Main Street welcomes all farmers and tractor lovers to visit their store, where you want to find great gifts for everyone here this holiday season. Great job. Thanks for coming out. All right, what do we think about this truck? TDI Repair Facility here, LLC from Swan. It's entire their well-decorated tow truck here this year. Warm everybody wishes for a great holidays. TDI. Great job. Lot of great lights. All right, here we have Nathan Brulette with you here in Sheldon, Vermont. Riverside Beef Farm here in Sheldon. Great job, Nathan. Case IH MX170, Andy Brulette. Our next tractor here to keep things rolling. Here's Oliver Manning driving his John Deere 6210R from the Manning Dairy Farm here on here in Swanton. The company, this is Braden Manning, excuse me. Braden is the fourth generation on the farm that helps all alongside his uncle, dad, grandfather, and great grandparents. Nice job, great family generations there, Mannings. All right, here we have the Ho-Ho tractor, Jason Burt, Brooklyn Farms here in St. Albans. Thank you for taking time to decorate here this nice John Deere tractor 7930 here in the parade. That's entry number 23, Jason Burt. Our next tractor here is the Ryan Newell. Newell is also here. It's decorated as a great tractor here this evening. This tractor sees other things besides this tractor parade. This tractor sees great pulling at the Franklin County Field Days. A lot of pulling around the decorations in a lot of places. Newell Foundation, Logan Newell. Pulling for a cause. Great job. All right, the next tractor, entry number 25, looking at Crosswinds Dairy and Daughters, the Reynolds Farm in Alberg. They entered this in this 2016 T8350 New Holland tractor. Great blue, nice decorations, great job. Enjoy the ride. Thank you. So what's everybody think about the parade so far? A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication to these great farmers. They put in a lot of effort, a lot of work for us here. So this is another event here that these farmers do for us. And sometimes we don't recognize what the farmer does. Sometimes we look at the smell and they wonder, what the heck are they doing? But they do a lot of great things for us. Our next entry here is the Gamache, a family organic dairy, is a third generation dairy farm proudly producing certified organic milk. The farm is operated by Junior J.R. Gamache, his wife Joyce, son Joy, and grandson Kyle Cody Baker. They're located in 462 Lord Road in St. Albans. And guests are always welcome. Great job, guys. Thanks for coming out. All right, got another great sponsor here, Grainger, a valued partner of all their parts and businesses, and now an annual tractor parade. Thanks, Grainger. Another great sponsor, Mars Pet Care. Who would think that Mars would be making pet food, right? They make M&Ms and everything else that we eat, right? Want to make sure that they have their natural food, and great pets have their great treats. Great Mars Pet Food. You can pick it up here at the St. Albans Co-op store. All right, I want to thank for the great tunes here of Shawkat Dairy here in Berkshire. Andrew Shawkat, the driver. Thank you for taking the decorations and swinging your tractor into the parade. Spread your tunes throughout the city. All right, looks like we got Aaron Wright driving. It's Wright's Excavating from Enosburg Falls. Ethan Nova is driving as well. Thank you guys for coming out. Great tractor, 7830 John Deere. Wright's Excavating. All right, here we have entry 29 with the brightest lights. Great light show, guys. Nice job. Looking at Ryan Bullis from Grand Isle driving this tractor, the Savage View Farm and the Bullis family. This tractor here is in memory of Tony and LaRose. Another great sponsor this evening is a Vermont-based company, Champlain Valley Equipment, providing great class parts, service, and sales. And we want to thank Champlain Valley Equipment for their support. There's only three left. We're all right. All right, I want to thank the Champlain Valley Equipment. This is a New Holland FR 700 candy cane shopper. Champlain Valley Equipment provides great farmers for their needs and service and parts for their equipment here. All right, here we have Bittersweet Farm of Vermont, the Reynolds family, located in St. Albans Bay. They've decorated this great John Deere with Olaf on the front and Frosty the Snowman on the back. Great job, guys. All right, here we have Johnny Martell, number 32 from St. Albans, driving his 1947 Ford 2N. It looks like a 9N, doesn't it? Thanks, guys, for coming out. Our next entries are 33. Here's David Dragon from Franklin. Pulling the hay wagon here that's full of family and friends. All right, it is our camp to come to. This is our wagon. Is represented by camp to come to the camp of the South here of Franklin, of children with cancer. It is being driven by Gary Sherrier and his horses from Mike and Ivan. Riding the wagon, this young lady is by the name of Morgan Delorier. Is a 15-year-old from Georgia, Vermont. She's a freshman at BFA St. Albans and enjoys reading and shopping. Morgan's favorite thing in this world is to come to after being diagnosed with cancer in the 7th grade. Morgan felt like she didn't fit in. Camp Tecumseh gave Morgan the confidence to embrace the differences with all her peers. Here's what Morgan had to say. Having cancer when you are a kid makes you feel different from everyone. At Camp Tecumseh, we all know the cancer is what brought us together. For me, camp was life-changing and finally with a connection with so many people. Beautifully said, Morgan. I heard
Christmas Day.